cheaper EVs are on the way. So whilst here in Australia we have had a bit of a lack of EVs in general, but certainly the cheap ones, over the last few months things have started to change. Now we've got the GWM Aura, which is a brilliant car, and the base model is now under $36,000 drive away. And then you've got your government rebates. Now, Queensland at $6,000. That brings it down to actually $29,990 on the road. Now, that is a good value car. In WA, we've got $3,500. In the other states, well, they've begun to stop their rebates. Now, in addition to the GWM Aura, there's the MG4, which is also a very nice car, a little bit more pricey, but you still get the rebates if any are applicable where you are. And then the BYD Dolphin, which isn't too bad a car either. So we've had a few, and then just recently, this month, we've had the Peugeot E2008 come down dramatically, 20 to 25,000 Australian dollars off, which is just crazy. I think it was 59,990. It's now 39,990 on the road, and it was 59,990 plus on roads. I mean, that's a very good small sort of SUV. Now, in addition to those 3 or 4 very, very reasonably priced cars, we have also had Tesla drop their prices here in Australia in the last few days. So now you can get a Model Y for $59,900 plus on roads. So here in Western Australia, that comes out to be $62,522, and it qualifies for the $3,500 rebate, which brings it down to $59,022. $59,000 for a Model Y. I mean, you want to take some money off that in Queensland as well. This is a very, very reasonably priced car. So here we have the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, $54,900, only $1,000 less than the Model Y at the moment, same delivery time, which gives it a drive-away price here in WA of $61,500, less $3,500, brings it down to just a smidge under $58,000. So that may still be too much for some people to pay, but you know what? That's still pretty bloody good pricing for Teslas here in Australia. 55,900 and 54,900. I wish I'd have paid that for my Tesla Model Y. There's more to come, even cheaper cars. Now, one that is definitely, it appears, coming to Australia is the BYD Seagull. Now, it's going to be called the Dolphin Mini. We've already got the BYD Dolphin here, but this is the Dolphin Mini. And it's not going to have a huge battery, so it won't have a huge range. But in some countries, this is very, very cheap. It won't be quite as cheap, if you do the conversion here, because we've got more stringent safety factors here. It's the Dolphin starts in Brazil at 30,000 plus on roads equivalent, and the Dolphin is slated to start at about 31,000 there, the Dolphin Mini. Now, that means it's about, best part of $8,000 less than the Dolphin. So the Dolphin Mini is going to be right in the low 30,000s. And that's got to be a very attractive proposition if you just want to go shopping run around town, and so on. So some of the stats for the Dolphin Mini. It's 3,780 millimeters long, 1,715 millimeters wide, and 1,540 millimeters tall. Now it comes with either a 30 kilowatt hour or a 38 kilowatt hour battery pack, paired to a 55 and a 75 kilowatt motor, because there's some different specs. So the gruntier one with the 75 kilowatt motor says it's good for 130 kilometres an hour, more than enough for Western Australian conditions. Our top speed's 110. And the most efficient version, which will be probably the smaller battery and the smaller motor, is said to have a CLTC range of 405 kilometres. Yeah. Shall we say that's closer to 300 in the real world? But you know what? 300 kilometres is pretty bloody reasonable. So the exterior styling, yeah, well, it's quite sort of angular in my view. But, you know, you're driving a small car. It's not all that bad. So BYD are not doing too bad. We've got already three BYDs. You've got the Dolphin, the Seal, and the Atto 3. They've now just started selling the Sea Lion oh 06, I think it is. I believe it's a hybrid. We're also getting the BYD Shark, which is also a hybrid. And there's some talk that they're going to be bringing the Tang, which is a larger sized SUV, and possibly the Sea Line 7 SUV coming later this year, which is a Model Y competitor. But I don't know whether the Sea Line oh 07 is hybrid or not. It looks like they've started to import the hybrids along with the pure EVs, but at least BYD do not make any pure ICE vehicles anymore. And there's another small compact EV that's possibly coming to Australia. The Euro launch has been locked in for this pint-sized EV. It's the Hyundai Casper EV, and it's going to be selling for about 20,000 euros, which is 33,000 Australian dollars. So it's going to Europe, and they have said that it's also coming to Australia. So we'll wait and see. So if that comes to Australia, that's going to be a low to mid $30,000 compact SUV. And Hyundai do make pretty good, reasonable vehicles. So stats wise on it, I don't have a huge amount. The car sits between the Hyundai i10 and the i20, thereabouts in size, I believe. And at the moment, I don't have too much in the way of details, battery size, and so on. But Hyundai make good cars. If you only got to look at the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6, they're very nice cars. I've done test drives in them both, and you can find some of my reviews on this channel. So the Casper is another seagull-like vehicle. Some smaller, cheaper EVs are coming to Australia. Europe's already got quite a few, from which we may get a few. As I said, we're going to get the BYD Dolphin Mini, also known as Seagull, and it looks like we could get the Casper from Hyundai. There may be another couple of small ones on the way. Since we've got our emissions control legislation in this country that kicks in on the 1st of January, I'm pretty certain we'll see a few more coming next year. So don't lose hope. You can't afford an EV yet, but they're coming. Whether we'll get an EV that's sub 30,000 Australian dollars or not is a good question. I'm not sure, but we can live in hope. So thanks very much. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these cheap EVs. Would you buy one? If I needed a second vehicle for my wife because she wants to go off and do something, I would certainly consider one of these small cheap vehicles. We were discussing it and I was saying, well, maybe we should get her the GWM Aura, which is now under 36,000. But these cars coming in at lower 30s plus the $3,500 rebate in Western Australia or $6,000 in Queensland are extremely attractive propositions. So let me know, would you buy one? And while you're down there, there's that like and subscribe button. Just give them a click, click, click. That's great. It doesn't cost you anything and it really does help the channel and therefore me. So thanks very much for doing that. Go on, click, click. Jolly good. Thanks very much. And I'll see you all very soon.